is Stefanie Maegan. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Because therapy is too expensive. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy.
Talk.
That'll be on my new passion project.
You should just be like, can I just do a song? Even if it's a cover. You know what I mean?
Actually, yeah.
We should do a cover.
We should do a cover.
Well, if we did a cover, undercover. If we did a cover, like what do you think that we should do?
Twee.
Oh my god, we would be the ultimate fangirls. She'd be like, I'm kind of freaked out.
We send it to her. She's like, thanks, guys.
Or she's just great. Like low-key freaked out. She's just like, is there a little too?
Yeah, she's like, I'm never coming back again.
Yeah, no, she would love it. She's so sweet.
I was gonna say she's the sweetest. So I think she'd be like, oh my god, she'd be ecstatic.
So should I just like play Molly?
Please.
Okay, guys.
They need to hear. This is a Broco Therapy exclusive. So
me and my ex-boyfriend Morgan.
Shout out to Morgan.
Back. Yes. And this was 2019 when we were obviously still together, and we recorded an EP, and I like showed Harrison or HK here, and he was like, you have to put this on the
It's
pod.
lit, y'all.
It's called you like it? I get mixed reviews.
I mean, so the subject matter is very near and dear to my heart.
You just felt like you relate. You relate to what we're talking about.
Not me exposing myself. But
I mean, it's okay. I've told him I pop mollies.
That's true.
That's what that song is called.
Yeah.
I think this is the final version. Oh wait, hold up. That's my
hey.
right before I'm leaving. Hey.
We in the club.
Hey. Hey, it's my verse.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Hey. And that was my music career.
I am ready to pop some pussy to pop in Molly's.
I wonder if that even sounded good through my phone.
Oh my god.
I just like played it from my phone and put it onto the mic, and I'm like, this is what y'all get.
Yeah. So wait until that drops.
That's never dropping.
Oh,
it actually dropped.
Oh.
And then he took it down when we broke up, because now he's like
on SoundCloud or something?
Yeah, because he's like getting married to another woman now.
Oh, is her name Molly? How full circle would that be? I can't imagine, but like
No, it's not. That would be a great just like coincidence, but sadly that wasn't how it ended.
If her name was Molly, I don't see how he could not play that song.
They're pregnant. They're having a baby girl, and imagine he named her Molly. Imagine.
Like he would have to have you come and sing at the wedding, or sing at the baby's like showers.
That's what I'm saying. I think that him and I should do a live performance.
We'll see you at Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're heading.
Right.
I love that for me.
It's coming back in 2022, so get your tickets.
He would probably be so terrified that I posted that. I don't even care, but it's fine.
It is what it is.
That was very unplanned, and it's just because we were supposed to test the mics.
Yes.
We'll just start.
Mic check.
It's
Molly check.
It's Molly check.
It is.
It's my Enet.
My Enet. It's Enet as fuck.
My Enet means hot in Tagalog, and we are hot. It's literally...
We're glistening right now.
Yeah, my highlighter's probably popping.
It is.
Thank you.
I mean, it already was I can't even see your sweat. I'd probably look oily as fuck.
It's fine. I could fix that. Anyways, hi guys, it's me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy. And guess the fuck what? We got HK motherfucking brains.
Period.
You've been back like every week the last like month.
I can't get enough.
I know.
I'm trying to
But
pop
now-
mollies every week.
You know what? Remember I was telling you that story about how I recorded that episode with these two people, and one of the girls, like I never put up the episode, you guys, because it was a literal mess.
Yes.
Because she was
You told
drinking
me.
Molly
Okay.
water during the recording and literally recording the conversation on her phone and like sending it to like this guy that she was talking to. Mind you, she was like in her 40s.
Oh my gosh. You know, and
I mean, she's having a great time in her 40s. No shade, but I'm just saying.
I was going to say, I feel like
very
that's something
sloppy.
that I actually would do, but I would at least alert you and be like, hey, I'm going to drink some Molly water
Yeah.
during this episode.
Which I would totally be fine with. Like, I would be like, bitch.
Because then you'd know how to like play around with it.
Right.
You know?
Right, but it was just like I was just, and I found out it was Molly water in the middle of the it was a mess, and then like we
my God.
stopped recording because she like went upstairs and like started talking to the guy in the middle of the recording. Guys,
That is not.
who does it?
Okay.
So it never aired.
Yeah.
It never aired.
Okay.
And
Well, that would have been the perfect time to play that song.
For real, I should have. Well, you guys, I need a life update.
Yes.
So
I need one too. We're going
Yeah,
to spill all the tea
we're
tonight.
mine's not as juicy as yours. Mine's
mean-
probably gonna upset some people.
Oh, I
Not
think that's
upset,
juicy.
but-
Okay. So it's a little tart tea.
Well, no, I'm gonna take a break for like a
Okay.
month
Okay.
from the show.
That'll go by fast. Everybody's out being a hoe right now. So that's
Right, exactly. No one's thinking about this. But so yeah, I'm just taking a month as much as I want to like continue on, you know, like every single day. I'm tired. I had like a mental breakdown on Monday.
Oh, shit.
And because I'm just like, I have so many, here's the thing. I don't want to complain because I do have so many amazing blessings in my life. Like I'm working on an incredible show. Did you burp? Because I feel like I smell your burp. Did you? Sorry. Did you? I smell it. Are you okay?
I'm mortified because I thought I did that hella sleek. I like I burped into my mouth silently and then I tried to like, like blow it. Nope, I blew it straight into Steph and she did not let it go. She said, bitch, such a breath. I'm so sorry. She just smelled all my Chipotle. Wow, I'm so sorry. Ooh, it's hot in here. Mainit. And bastos.
Bastos. Oh my god, no.
my
It's just like
gosh.
it didn't like smell bad. It just smelled like burps.
Okay.
So it's just really thrown off. And I'm also congested too. So like that's a big deal if I can
Oh
smell
my
your
God.
burp. Anyways,
Oh shit, we just got closer, y'all.
it's fine. I feel honored, truly. And I'm also like glad that my senses are working too.
There you
So
go.
That's a great reminder of
was a test.
my blessings. Yeah. So back to my blessings.
Yes.
I'm working on a really great show for Vogue right now. And then I
Work.
also, and it's like, it's just so many opportunities of blessings are happening with that. And on top of like working, for this new production company and taking on so many different roles and hats in that. And I love my company. I love everyone I work with. I love my team. But that's the thing. It's like, I love everything I'm doing right now, that it's
Yeah.
like, it's amazing, but it's also like my attention span is just spread so thin.
I was just gonna say that exact phrase. You're spread thin.
Yeah, that like I feel like I'm not holding up my end of the part in like my job,
Yeah.
pretty much. And like, I mean, I've told y'all all the time, like I've gone fired several times from different jobs. And for this, it's like the first time in my entire life where I really, really care about something. And I'm like, I don't want to fuck this up,
Yeah.
so I'm taking the time. Also, it's like a new job and I'm learning so many new things. So I'm like, let me focus on that for a second. Broke Girl Therapy will always be here. I'm gonna come back. This is. It's not like this is the end of the show forever. Like I have so many things planned for this show, but I'm just like, I need a mental health break. And I think it's a great reminder that like, even if you have all these blessings, you have all these going for you, you still have to choose yourself and your mental health and take a break and take a nap and take care of yourself.
Yes. Prioritize your rest. Rest is not failure. It's necessary.
For sure. And that was the thing where like I broke down and cried and like my company was just like, you're not failing, you're not doing bad, it's just like you just it's a lot, and it's super like you haven't had a break, because prior to this I worked like 7 days a week, had 2 jobs, you know what I mean? I've always been on the go, that I think that like I'm so good at like just keep going and getting things done, but I'm human, so I'm gonna take a break, y'all.
Good. It's also like a very mature thing to do, because I think that for even if you're a workaholic or not, it's easy to think like doing work constantly is like admirable, but like we need to shift that culture.
Right. Like it used to be like the hustle culture, right? Like we grew up in the hustle girl boss.
Grind. Yeah.
Like if you no days off kind of mentality, and like that's so toxic because
it's exhausting.
You need a day off in order to like be successful in every endeavor that you want to do. You need days off. You need to take care of yourself. Like we're not fucking robots, and it's us just like, feeding into the whole capitalism thing and like having like, like
because of the capitalist culture that we have that culture. Yeah. And you can't produce and perform at 100% all the time.
For sure.
So like it actually is in your best interest to rest and if you want to stay high performance achiever, because you only do your best work when you're at your full capacity, which is being rested and recuperated,
having a life, and just like spending time with people you love. Like I'm going to Palm Springs for a bachelorette, and I want to go and relax and not have to think about like shows right now. I want to just like I just want to
go
and
pop Molly.
Honestly, I might just bring some.
You should put it in your ass.
I should. Have you done that before?
No, I want to. Let's do it together.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. So like if you put it in suppository, they say it hits you faster because you're lower.
I don't know if I want it. It hits me hard. I don't think I need to be like. I don't think I need to do.
I'm over here like I'm gonna get fucked with a pill. Yeah. Or I'm a douche with Molly water. Yeah. I've said too much. I say too much on this show. Yo, my God.
Thankfully, I never put your real, like, legal first and last name.
I mean,
which I'm sure everyone already knows.
You could find it. If it's not, like, hidden, but yeah.
Everyone already knows your name.
It's like, yes. So it's fine. It's all good.
But but that's my life update. I feel like I never really sat down and kind of just told you guys, like, I mean, I always tell you guys what's going on in my life, but, like, what's currently happening. Because, like, the Twee episode, like that just went out this Monday, and now this is the episode coming after. Like I feel like I usually stack them up, that like sometimes it feels outdated because it was like a month ago versus like now. But this is gonna come out, obviously this coming Monday.
Yeah, I think that's also like, because first of all, everybody should go listen and watch the Twee episode. It was amazing. And
oh, you think so? That was like a totally different. I mean, you were in it, so it
was amazing because I was in it. No,
it was a different thing that I was trying.
That's why I was so proud of Steph. I told her before, and I think also after the episode, like it's the first time you're doing this, which means that 1, you're expanding, and 2, you're reaching to like other markets. Like we got up here and our usual thing is like talking about like dick and pussy and ass, which we still will do,
which we'll always do,
and we're adding Molly to that checklist. But we
need
also
to do Molly together. I mean, the world's opening back up.
We're adding that to the list because remember our list was also to wear like,
but like Molly is more realistic. I'm trying to get it
along with the remote control vibrators.
We need to do that, but I need to get a sponsorship first.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. But anyway, I still commend you for that episode, because it's, we're able to, offer a range of interests and topics. And this is actually something that pertains to like a lot of people, like people who are millennials or like thinking later in life, and they just either don't have a direction or they want to pivot.
Right.
Do it. Because like, bringing someone on like Twee, who is just so open and willing to share her story. I think like for me, that's why I was so quiet in the episode. If you see me, I'm just like,
You were, yeah, it's fine. You were
but
just,
it was because I was taking it all in, and I just really enjoyed that experience.
Yeah.
And to also see that it was brought onto your channel, because BGT, again, like, it's expanding. You're offering bigger and better things. So,
oh, thank you.
Snaps.
I love you. I know. My friend called me because she never listens to like any of my episodes, which I'm not offended. Don't worry. But like,
her name is Molly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that too many times. You should have like a Molly counter in the corner. Like, how many times to say Molly?
We're just gonna name this episode Molly, probably. There we go. But so anyway,
sorry.
But she, like, you know, she's one of my best friends, so she knows what's going on in my life all the time. She don't need to listen. But she listened to that one and she's like, oh my God, you did such a great job, like just having a conversation with like a complete stranger, and for us to get to know her and like to you know, to have like a new point of view and everything. So I was like, okay, because I was scared. I mean, I knew that it'd be a fun episode for me. Like I knew I would enjoy it, but it's just like, do people care? You know, like I think that sometimes, I think that's also why I need to take a break too, is because, you know, on top of like trying to do a good job at work, there is that pressure with this show where I'm like, is it good, you guys? You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I want to make sure that I do like an amazing job and that I continue to have fun with it, but also you guys continue to, you know, like relate and enjoy the people that I have on and the conversations, you know, especially when I'm doing something different, it's scary.
Yeah.
You know, because we could sit and talk about ass, dick.
That's true.
All that shit. I'm like, I know they'll like it. That's easy. But to do something outside of what's expected is scary because you don't know what people are going to like reciprocate that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
You
You never know how it's going to be received. And I think that is scary. It's part of being a creative and being a creator is like, you don't really know how it's received. But I think at the end of the day, just as long as you love it and you enjoy it, you don't really, not that you don't care about the reception, but at least you can say if it was poorly received, like, well, I still had a great time creating it and I'm so proud of it, you know?
Exactly. And we'll go back to the regular dick sucking type shit.
We will always be sucking dick.
We'll always be.
Dick Nick 3 coming soon.
Was there a 2?
Yeah. Well,
no, we just had the props with that.
Oh, I brought it, but it's because our conversation was so good. Okay, so maybe Dick Nick 2.5.
It'll happen again. We'll be sucking some shit.
Sweet.
Don't even worry. Well, how about you, bitch? Okay, this is obviously, that was the whole like the whole deep beginning of the honesty, but like, let's get into it now.
Let's get the fuck into it.
Because you were telling me a story earlier, and Lord. I was so into it that I was like, pause. I know because you guys, we're gonna get into some emails later, but I was like, wait, can we just like talk about this like on the show and then get to emails?
I think that's great. I think. Oh, now I remember. The last episode, we were like listening to like messages. Yeah. And I just love that because then I think we're like sharing tea with each other. We're all going to share tea.
Like it makes me feel like I love when people tell me their secrets.
Yes.
Like it's so much fun and it just like makes me feel so connected because it's like you guys know what's going on in my life. Like I want to know what's going on in your life, and it's hard to like meet all you guys individually, so it's the best way to just connect.
I think so too. If you have tea and if you could send Steph an audio message,
we should incentivize audio.
If you want a free t-shirt. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like
honestly wait.
Period.
That's a good idea. Like if you guys send me, because I know like I get it. It's like you don't, especially when you're telling me your stories, you're like, what if people hear my voice? Or like they're, you know. But you know, if you do send me audio messages,
I'll send you my nudes.
We'll send you HK's OnlyFans and a free t-shirt.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And it'll obviously be for sure on the show. So
work.
So yeah, I'm just saying,
because that was iconic. That episode with the poo-poo girl.
The poo-poo girl. Yeah. And also I just feel frustrated when I read because I love you guys, but sometimes, you know, I get it. Like y'all are just like pouring your heart out in the emails, so there's sometimes a punctuation. It just throws me off. Yeah. So I'm just like, can you just say it?
Yeah, just say it. Just say what you feel.
Okay, tell me your fucking story, bitch. So let's get into the juice.
I think after that, like it was going into like spring break, And happy to say I've made it to summer, and I'm ready for a hot girl summer, thought girl summer. I am vaccinated and graduated, so
Yes.
I'm ready. California's open, and so am I. But since spring break, I was just like, senioritis really hit me. I was still on top of my workload, but my friends were like taking all these trips, and since spring break, I've kind of just been like doing both, like working hard and playing hard. So one weekend in particular, I went to Vegas. I actually, we talked that weekend.
Yeah,
before.
we did a live show on stereo.
Yeah. So I checked in with Steph literally right before the mayhem happened. And so this was like kind of part of my spring break period. But I went to Vegas with some friends, and I was just like, I'm here to have fun. And so I, re-downloaded some apps or whatever. And I was getting them, the messages or whatever. And so I lined up some appointments. And I actually had never done this, so it was kind of like exciting. But I had 2 appointments in the same night within the span of like maybe like 4 or 5 hours. So I
love that. That's top tier thought. You made
Yes,
it to the top
I was a top
shelf.
tier thought. Okay?
Yeah.
Even though I'm verse, but
I fucking hate you sometimes.
So I hate myself too. So my friends went really hard night 1. So by the time night 2 came, I was like ready, like, let's get ready for the club. And they were like, really tired. It was like 8 p.m. So they were like, we're going to lay down for a nap. I was like, all right, but by 11, I'm going to wake your ass up. And like 11 was doable because, Vegas stays open a lot later than Cali. So 11 o'clock rolls around. These motherfuckers are still like blacked out. Or not even blacked out. They're just sleeping.
Tired, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not even trying to wake them up, but I'm going to do me. So I got back on my apps.
I love that for you.
And started answering these messages. And so the first guy was like right around our hotel. So he picked me up and literally drove me around the corner, and he just like blew me in the car. And so it was a good session, maybe like
you blow
20,
him?
30 minutes. No.
Okay. It was like
But he
20,
was like,
30 minutes.
he
okay.
only wanted to like service me.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to complain.
Right.
So literally as he's driving me back to the hotel, I would get hit up while, and it's funny because like I had my phone charging on his like console in the car.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to strike conversation. He's a really nice.
And your friends are just like asleep.
Yeah. And so as he's like sparking this conversation, trying to like get to know me a little bit, like pops up like Grinder with like the full message text on my phone screen, and he like literally sees it like on his dashboard, and he's like, oh. It's like, He's like, it's okay, I'm not judging you. I was like, okay, thanks.
But I mean, you guys met on an app, so it's
Yeah.
like, what do you expect?
So literally as he's dropping me off, lined up that second appointment, I had like 20 minutes to go back to the hotel room and like freshen up. As I was freshening up, I decided to like eat a little bit.
Oh no.
Okay, so I was just hungry. So
Okay.
like, maybe for a lot of other
no.
gays, this is like rule breaking, but like I have, I was just hungry. So I ate, and not even a lot, just like a little snack. Got in my car and went to this guy's house. If you don't know, Las Vegas is basically just the Strip and then suburbs all around. And some parts of it are like really like abandoned, like farmland. So I drove to the address and I was like, bro, what is this? It was literally like pitch black. There were no street lights, and there were other homes, but they were like spread out. And it literally like in my mind like goes like to the worst place. And I was like, if I'm about to get kidnapped right now or like human trafficked, like I should probably call somebody. So I sent my location to my besties. This is like almost 3 a.m. now. I was like, this just in case you don't hear from me in the next 10 hours. This is where I was last seen.
You're like, anything for the dick.
My body is here, but I'm gonna go catch this dick first. And so like some of my friends were still up, like, 'cause it's Saturday night, and they were like, bitch, it's not even worth it. Like, go run the other direction. And I was like, well, I'm still horny. And I can run fast. So I was like, I'll just suck his dick and run.
Oh my God.
It was chaotic, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like part of
yeah.
it was joking, but part of it was like, this might happen. So
Yeah.
finally I walk to the guy's house. It was really sus because he had me park far away, but it's because he like, lived with his family.
Right.
But his family were like he had like his own guest house. He just didn't want to be seen. I don't think he was like out to his family.
Okay.
So we get in. I get into the guest house, and he's like really sweet, looks exactly like his picture, really cute. And I was like, okay, great, let's do this. So we're like laying on the bed. He was playing Ari. I didn't even ask for that. I was like, I'm already in it.
Oh
like,
my God.
I was like, I finally get to fuck
What
to
song?
the Positions album, 3435. And I was like, this is kind of like a little bumpy, but I was like, it's going to get sexy in a minute.
Yeah.
So like, it was cute. We were like, making out or whatever, doing the deed.
Switching up positions.
We switched all the positions. And then so finally, like, I start with like foreplay, little head, little this and that. I'm not going to give you all my secrets. Or you could just watch the previous episode.
Yeah. I was like, hold up. You told us a lot.
I was doing all them techniques that I told y'all.
Yeah.
And then it came time to fuck. And I was like, let's do this. Mind you, okay, let me back up a little bit. When I was driving up, I was like a little nervous. When I get nervous, I kind of like get little like
my stomach.
I
want to
issues.
shit.
Yeah,
I want to shit.
Like
when
it's
I'm
like
nervous.
a nervous poo poo, like or just anything. Like I just get uneasy in my belly, like if I'm nervous or whatever. Like I think that's a natural thing.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I took a fat shit right before Twee.
Oh, that's good. Release it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like a little nervous. I was like, let me just take this out.
So you understand. I was like nervous and then it looked scary and I was like, okay, is it worth it? Let me work it. So and I had eaten. So a lot of things were happening in my tummy. And I tried not to think about it. I was trying to focus on the dick and I was like, I'm going to get it in. So after the foreplay, he starts to like go in on me and we're doing it. And then he like took control. Like he was just fucking me so good, like the way I like to get fucked. And he
also said he was from the Philippines, right?
Yeah, he was straight from Manila. Oh my God. I really took it home with that one. We in the beginning when we were like getting to know each other. He's like, yeah, I've moved to Vegas like 6 months ago. Yeah, but it's like he was really cute and like his accent wasn't like super thick. It was like you could tell he was really trying to adapt.
Yeah,
and like I just appreciated like.
And he was probably just like new here and just really just was like, let me just.
Yeah. I was like, oh God, if you fuck me too good, I might catch. No, not just kidding. But no, he was a very sweet boy, and so. He was dicking me down. Ooh. And I remember it was just like, it was feeling good. I was in it. I was like moaning and groaning, la la la. And I feel like a little twinge in my stomach. And I'm like, okay, let me not focus. I'm not gonna think about
is this the
I'm like, don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Poop story too. Oh my God.
I was like, let me not think about it, right? So he's like hitting it. And I thought he was hitting it like faster and harder. And so I was like, usually when they do that, he's probably like about to bust. And I was like, okay, that's great. We were already going for like 30, 40 minutes. So I was kind of like waiting on him to like finish. And then before you know it, he just stops out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, so maybe he's just like taking a break. And so we were in missionary. So like literally my ankles were like here.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hitting it. And then so he stops and then he looks down and he goes, it's a mess. And he did this with his hand.
Just how I was with your burp. It's a mess.
He said,
bastos.
It's a mess.
Did you say bastos? No.
Oh my God. And I was literally so mortified. I didn't even know what to do. I literally just like was frozen again with my fucking ankles near my fucking ears. And I was just like, okay. And he's like, don't worry. So then he like pulls out. Luckily that we had like laid like a towel down. I just didn't even want to look at it. I just grabbed the towel and like wrapped myself like a little like diaper. And then he's like, oh, don't worry. Like, it happens. He was so sweet. And he was like, okay, like, yeah, let's go to the bathroom, blah, 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 blah. And so he had me like...
he can't shame you for it when he's fucking you up the ass.
Right, true. And that's why he was like, when he said like, this happens, I was like, oh, he's a considerate top. Like, I was actually really, really nice. And like, for all the bottoms out there or just anybody that takes it up the ass, like, find yourself a considerate top because they understand that like, that's just what your booty do.
That's literally the best advice.
Yeah.
Ever.
Your booty do the doo-doo. So like, I again was so thoroughly embarrassed and mortified, but just his sweetness was really great. So like, He took me to the bathroom. He was like willing to like clean me. I was like, please don't do that.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, he was just so caring. And so I was like, no, just like leave me alone. So I could like clean myself. And I was like, it was like full on. Again, I don't know if it's because of like my nerves or whatever, but like it became like full blown diarrhea. And I was like, okay, yeah, I just need to like push it out. So I just like, you know, went to the restroom. And even before I used the restroom, he like brought out his douche because he's verse 2. And he was like, you know what this is, right? And I was like, oh. I know he didn't mean that as a drag, but that totally felt
maybe
like
because
insulting.
It's like from a different country.
Yeah.
He's like not sure what y'all do.
Yeah. And so like, and then I was like, trust. In any other situation, I would have prepared, but you know, I was doing other things before this. He still doesn't know
you're
that
on a trip.
Yeah, he still doesn't know that I had an appointment right before him. So I was like, thank you. And I was like, I'm not going to use your douche.
You're like, I'm going to say this on the pod.
So then he like went to take a shower and I was like, you know, like washing myself, and then I took a shower and then I got back out, and like, I'm not going to lie, as I was going back out, I was like low key hoping like, well, I hope that we still fuck. But then I got out and he had like already changed, and he like took my clothes and like folded it and put it on the corner of the bed. I was like, yours just like outside of like just sex. I was like, you're
he's from
quality.
The Philippines, and just Filipinos like not Filipino. I mean, Filipino American. We're
the
kind
hospitality,
of nice, but the hospitality
from
like like the actual, you know.
He was just so sweet and so gracious, and I was literally like, yeah, if you, I hope you're not like scarred from what just happened. At least it didn't seem like that. But like, you know, I was like, I'll literally just like suck you off right now. Like, I wanted him to like finish.
Yeah.
And so he was like walking me out, and he was like, he asked me, oh, when's the last time you come? And I lied. Obviously, I said like, oh, like a couple days ago, even though again, I just had sex 4 hours before. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, like I was saving my load because I haven't come in like over a week. And I was like, and y'all know I love semen. So I was like debating. I was like, fuck, like he had already walked me to my car, and I should have just been like, I'll literally just suck you off like right here.
Yeah.
But again, I was so embarrassed and I didn't want to push it. But shout out to, I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah, don't say his name.
Are
you guys like
so
friends
great.
on Instagram now?
No.
You haven't seen her talk to him since?
I think so then I deleted my Grindr. I only go on those apps when I'm on like vacation. But maybe I am going to Vegas in like 2 months. I don't know if he'd be interested, but if I see him on the grid, I'll be like, hey, by the way, I just wanted to say you're really great.
Yeah, and I douched.
Yeah, and if you need a hole, you can use mine. I promise it's clean this time.
I love this so much.
And yes, I do have a douche. I just didn't bring it that trip because I didn't think I was, you know, I didn't plan on doing all of that. Okay. I should just expect that for myself.
How did your friends react when they woke up and you told them?
So these motherfuckers, because you know they went to sleep so early. Yeah. Literally right when I was leaving, I was like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go, and I need to like eat my feelings. So I was like driving back to our hotel on the Strip, and I got texts, and they were like, oh, we just woke up. Where are you? And then they read my previous text. They're like, oh shit, she's getting dick, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, on your way back, go get a Jack in the Box. I was like, girl, I'm gonna bring Jack in the Box and some tea. And they're like, oh, we can't wait. And literally the whole time, got back to the hotel, we're all eating. They're like, eating like this as I'm telling them the story. It was probably much more dramatic because the night of, I had more details.
Right.
Me thinking I'm gonna die.
And all also like you're in the emotional, like, you know, oh my God.
So it was a whole hilarious fiasco that I will never forget. And again,
but it makes
shout
a
out
great
to that
story
boy.
for the pod. So I appreciate you doing this for the audience.
Thank you for giving me the space to, you know, thoroughly embarrass myself.
I love that you literally just exposed yourself.
I really did. And it was
some of y'all worried about sending audio messages. He showed
I'm encouraging you.
Face.
Yes.
He showed his face.
So do not be afraid. There's nothing to hide. And it's funny because at the end of that trip,
we all shit on dick.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I've never done it, but I'm sure I will eventually.
The end of the day, at the end of the story, I was like, y'all, he literally fucked the shit out of me. And ever since that trip, because
but was it good? Was it like passionate? How was the house?
Oh my God, he was so good. That's why I was like, this. I hated that it ended shitty.
To that album.
Yeah.
What song did you like shit on?
At that point, I can't remember. It was definitely on the Positions album.
Okay.
Oh, shitting on Positions. Oh yeah.
I love that for you.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so sorry.
And
And did you
it's-
get any more dick on the trip? Or were you
I
traumatized?
was kind of tapped out at that point.
yeah.
And yeah, but it
Oh
was
my
a trip
God.
to remember.
Oh my God. I love you.
I love you, and I hope that everybody loves this story because there's nothing to hide anymore.
We've just learned a lot about you. We love Molly water. We love you shit on a dick.
Yes.
So, but
Next
it's great.
up-
It's fine. It's totally we need to normalize that these things happen.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's not weird. It's funny and it's great. And like,
Yeah,
we
and
make some great
sometimes you
tea.
just like in the moment, you know, things just happen. And again, I usually would have, if it was a trip that I knew I was going particularly for dick, then I would have brought a douche or like gone. Maybe I should have gone to the drugstore and like picked up one. But again,
That's crazy.
It was
like
last
even
minute.
just after a snack, like you have to do like
yeah. Well, but the other factor is
I'm
again
scared
like
of anal.
my nerves and like me thinking that I was gonna get like
That's
human
true.
trafficked.
That's true.
It's ridiculous.
you were worried about your life.
Yeah. So it's like I think that actually
I think that
shitting
was
is a fight or flight response.
right. And it's
Yeah.
also like that's like straight up karma. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like your friends told you go back home. But
They
you were like,
did.
you're like anything for the dick.
And I was literally
it was
determined. I was like, I'm gonna shit on this dick.
yeah, you did.
Shitting on dicks in 2021.
So I think it
Oh,
was karma
man.
because I think I think it was your gut feeling being like, if you don't listen to me,
Yes.
I'm going to release. It's in or out.
Yep. Well, it was all out at that point. It was all out.
And so that's what happened.
It was a mix
so
of
everyone
things.
listen to your gut. Literally.
Listen to your gut, and if you're gonna get your guts rearranged, make sure that they're cleared out. Okay, because he fucked the shit out of me. I can never live that down. Oh my god.
No, I love that. It's recorded, so
Yeah.
you're
And shout out to my best friends TJ and Sia because they were supportive and laughing at me, but also
yeah. We're also like, should listen to us.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's go. I'm speechless. Let's go ahead and read some emails.
Perfect.
And there was one in particular that really stuck out. and
Okay.
you're the perfect person to do this with.
yeah.
Especially as a segue after this story.
Uh-huh.
It says, my dick sucking experience from hell.
From hell.
From hell.
Oh shit.
So, baby girl, I love your podcast. So I'm happy to share with you my dick sucking experience from hell.
All right.
So basically, I met this guy
Is this a
from
boy
Tinder.
or a girl?
Or
we don't
I'm
have to say?
assuming. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, don't matter.
Yeah. Is it bad? I just assumed everyone's a girl. If it's like Broco Therapy, you're a girl, even if you're not.
No, I think that makes sense.
Identifying.
Most of your listeners are
Yeah.
female. But yeah, anyway.
Well, anyways, yeah. We were thinking about it too much.
Yeah.
So basically, I met this guy from Tinder, and he was such a gentleman, and he took me to 2 dates. But my commitment issues having ass, didn't think much of it and just saw it as consistent dick. So boom, I was on my period and hella horny, and he previously went away for a week.
Okay.
So I was talking my shit about the way I was gonna give him some sloppy toppy. Sloppy toppy. And baby girl, the link was in motion to do so. We in the I don't even know what's happening. We in the car parked up and we head to the back seat. And when I say this guy was eager to get it in the back seat, I was shocked it was so fast. But anyways, so confused.
I'm a little lost, but okay. Keep going. Good.
You do. I get to it and realize there's already a smell coming from his dick.
Oh, because he fucked me. The way I drag myself for y'all. The way I fucking ruin myself for y'all. I do this for y'all, okay?
Oh my God, I can't breathe. Okay. Oh shit. I feel like there's a lot going on here. Already a smell coming from his dick, but I'm like, it's whatever. Like maybe it's just me, but nope. As soon as I put it in my mouth, I literally gagged.
Sorry, I just have to pause right there. Props to her for still deciding to put it in your mouth after you smell it. Continue.
And I literally gagged. And this was also when I noticed he was uncircumcised. And I literally told myself to keep going because I had to prove my dick sucking skills. But soon enough, I swung that car door open to throw up. And then I got back at it. And I quickly realized I could not stand it anymore and found a way to get back into his front seat on my way home. And he did not come after me sucking his dick for damn near an hour. So she was sucking his dick for an hour. I told him a week later that his dick stink, in which I gave him a second chance, and it was the same thing. I didn't even start. And I told him my head was hurting so much from my period, and I wanted to go home, and I ended things soon after, and I'm in a beautiful, committed relationship now, per. He also tried to give me hickeys and literally gave me a swollen neck from him sucking on my neck.
So there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, like trying to dissect. Okay.
So we'll just call him Stinky Dick.
Stinky
Dick.
Dick.
I would have just straight up told Stinky Dick, you know what? Maybe another time.
Here's the thing. I know my boyfriend.
Which is me talking shit, but clearly I didn't prepare. But
here's the thing. Going back, sometimes it just happens. Like,
yeah.
My boyfriend's gonna be so mad at me right now. But there was the last time, it was a long day and I know he wanted to relax and have some head.
Okay.
So I was like,
yeah,
I can deliver.
Yeah.
I'll do it. And it just wasn't, and it just wasn't, mind you, it was a long day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I stopped and I was like, I didn't tell him at that moment because I was like, I'll just have sex with him because at this point I don't want this in my mouth, but I'll fuck it.
Yeah.
And I just told him later, like, oh babe, like next time after a long day, I don't want to, and it just like so happened that day was like super busy for us. So that's why. But other times his dick fucking is great.
Yeah.
It tastes great. It's fine. It's just that one time it just wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
But but he's horny and he wants it, and it's just it happens.
I concur, because on the other side of that, if I'm like ready to give somebody head, like I'm just thinking about all the times it was like after like a night out in the club or whatever, and we'd be like everybody's sweaty and dancing and everything, and it's like sometimes it's not even just the dick, it's just their body,
right?
Or like the groin
sweating.
Is just like musty and like yeah. So like
think
take
about
a wet
your
wipe and
vaginas too. Like sometimes after like a long day, like my shit be like not.
Yeah, y'all be smelling like the pier of it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, like, it's gotten better over the years, but like, we've all have been guilty of those moments where
it happens. Our bodies are doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so
but the fact that she like stuck her head out, threw up, and went back into it.
So
did we read that correctly?
And then she went back. So I was like, I was clapping because I was like giving her props. I was like, damn, this bitch is determined. But like at some point, she had to realize like it's not even worth it. Yeah. An hour, bitch. So
there's no goddamn way I'm sucking dick for a motherfucking hour.
Okay.
Hell no. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. And in a car.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. I have so many,
especially in a car.
I have so many sneaky link stories about cars, but if we don't have time, I don't want to get into it. But there's, but this was
another episode.
Yeah, another episode.
Because I just figured out what Sneaky Links is.
Oh, okay.
I felt so old because I think in the past Q&A, someone asked about Sneaky Links. And I was like, me and my friend Six were like, didn't really know. I felt like we like, because like later on when I was editing.
It's a Gen Z thing.
Yeah, we're like, Sneaky Links. Maybe you shouldn't be sneaky. Like it was just like, we didn't understand it. But then later on when I was editing, I was like, oh, I know what that means. And we look kind of stupid right now. But it's
all good. Well, this was a stinky link. And, if you encounter a stinky link, just be open and truthful about it. And I would have just been like, you know what, bruh, thanks for coming out. Maybe another time. Because, like, the fact that he even let her, I don't know, he just seems like a lazy dude. Like, you already saw this girl throw up after sucking your dick. That's kind of a cue for you that she want to, like, it's time to go. Because I would have been like, are you okay, girl? Or, like, unless he was an asshole and thinking, like, oh, it's because she's gagging on my huge cock. Like, no, that's kind of gross, too.
They probably think of that, too. He's probably like, oh, yeah, like, this dick's so good. It made her gag.
Anyway, yeah.
But also, like, I've been in that situation, too, where, like, I don't know if you have. I feel like you always perform up to standard. But like there have been times where I be like talking some shit like through the messages, acting like I'm gonna be like switching up.
Oh, okay.
And then when it comes to like the moment, I'm like, I'm tired.
I was literally just to say there's been times when I just say, oh, I'm actually tired, like because you're
can't
excited,
not, right? Or
however
get
many
nervous.
before, like leading up to the moment is exciting, and sometimes like. Either it's been so long or it's been a full day since that last conversation that you're just like, well, actually, I need to like recharge or I'm just not into it.
Right. So, and it's like, fuck, I have to like measure up to
to
that one time I was horny and talking all my shit because I'm not as horny as I was that one time. And now I just look like I'm just a fraud.
Oh my gosh.
Which I was telling you, I feel like my boyfriend thought he was getting a girl who would want to have sex all the time. But then, meanwhile... Once a week is fine.
Yeah, like I feel like you're not like a human fleshlight, so you gotta make sure that like
I got things to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next email, and I haven't like read these ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what.
If you want your message boosted, send it in audio form.
There you go.
I'm trying to push these audio messages.
Yeah, because they're the best.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh, this is.
Oh.
Okay. I know I did get sent a lot of long ones, and I want to also include those.
This looks like Harry Potter 9.
Sometimes I get like scared, but I'm like, no, I want to read the long ones. Okay, here we go. Someone like commented on my YouTube comments, was like, because the last email thing I did was with Rachel, and Rachel took over the reading, and someone was like, thank God. They were getting like a headache from me just reading.
Dead.
I was like, I'm sorry.
They said, bring back reading Rachel.
Yeah. They're like, stop. This is why we need audio messages. Okay, this one is titled in all caps, Toxic.
Oh, by Britney Spears.
And Kaylani.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Steph. Hi. I just want to share my story. First of all, I just want to let you know how much I love your show. I found your pod towards the end of last year and binged it. It's so relatable, and you have also helped me accept and look forward to my 30s. Love that. 30s and thriving.
That's right.
Anyways, so how do I start? This past Friday, I made the decision to leave my 2-year relationship. I thought this man was the one. Ooh, the last couple months, things just got really bad. I have never had anyone push me to my limit. I was going to therapy last year. I wanted to work through all my trauma to become a better version of myself for me and for my relationship. I encouraged him to do the same. He proceeded to tell me he was going to therapy, but I found out he was lying. He only had one session and never went back. Anyway, I did stop going to therapy after a while. Long story short, I got tired of the toxicity we both had towards each other. We started living together 3 months after dating. Ooh. And she puts in.
Let me count the red flags.
Yeah, she puts in the parentheses. That's where we fucked up. Anyway, we had our own apartment the first year. Our second year, we upgraded, but made the mistake to have a roommate and then put one of his friends.
That's even a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved out at the beginning of May and currently live with my parents again. I left because I got fed up with chasing after 2 grown men, if you can consider them grown, to clean after themselves. And I got tired of picking up my boyfriend's slack. He's comfortable with the bare minimum in life. I have to push him to do something with his life. Push him to be successful, push him to be responsible, etc., etc. We first met, he was heavy into drugs, and he did tone it down, but sometimes still has ice binges. As we were talking about drugs earlier, we're the worst.
But like, girl, at what point did you think he was the one?
Right.
Let's continue.
He is 24 years old, and for the longest, I blamed his age for being that way. It's so embarrassing to have to be in groups with other couples, and his conversations are all about drugs. I'm 26 years old and I'm over that phase. I'm currently back in school. My goal is to get a law degree.
Go off, girl.
Yes. I decided to choose me. My happiness, my health, physically, spiritually, and most
Yes.
importantly, mentally.
Period.
It hurts like fucking hell that I feel like I gave him so much for nothing. Like, am I not worth better? He has since accused me of fucking other men already because I just simply did not answer his call. This weekend was the most draining weekend of my life. I've never cried so much. I feel sadness and anger, and for a minute, a bit of hate. I definitely wouldn't have been able to take the step of leaving him if it wasn't for my family. Don't get me wrong, he is a great person and friend, but he just wasn't what I thought he was. He was affectionate but never celebrated our milestones, like anniversaries, birthdays, holidays. I was always so excited to plan his gifts and show him my appreciation. For our 2-year anniversary, guess what he gave me? Nothing. For my birthday, the same thing. I've always bailed him out of shit. He tried to guilt trip me, threatening me to commit suicide. What? I have so much love and respect for him, but I love me more and I choose me.
Period.
He is okay now. I made sure to call the people in his life to make them aware of his threats. I will always have him. I will always love him, and I'm rooting for him, but from afar. I know it's going to take time to get over this. I just needed to vent. Thank you, Steph, for this amazing platform you have created. Much love. Okay, please keep me anonymous.
First of all, thank you for sending this message. I think it's really important, and thank you for sharing your story. This is, oddly enough, I've been having similar conversations like this.
That's crazy because we literally, just before we recorded, and I didn't even read this message, this just happened, where you talked about being in a very similar situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think about my very first relationship, and it was a little bit similar because I did move in with my boyfriend at the time after 3 months. And it turned I turned 3 months into 3 years, but I already caught his ass cheating in the first year several times. And so it's like you find these like crazy, like narcissistic, psychopathic, whatever they categorize as, like people, and they find ways to manipulate you. And like when she even brought up his threats of suicide, that is manipulation. And obviously we don't want the other person to do that, but she is so strong, and I'm so grateful for this story, and thank you for sharing it, because I want other people who have similar situations to be empowered enough to still put themselves first and to not have to succumb to abuse. That's abuse.
That is,
if someone is manipulating you in those types of ways. So yeah, it's like realizing that we just need to figure out this dating culture together,
right? And
find out ways to do it healthier, because I did it in thinking like, oh, I found someone and I need to jump into it right away. That's not what the point of dating period is for. I think
when you date a narcissist and you date someone who is manipulative, they love bomb you so intensely in the beginning. So they convince you, and you are convinced yourself that you love this person, and it feels right, even if it feels too soon. And I guess maybe there are some cases where it's not narcissistic. Now, I don't want to shame people who get in those situations, but obviously in this, and obviously the way things planned out, it's like clearly he did the whole love bombing thing, which is very common for people with narcissistic behaviors. So,
and a little bit of the age thing too, sure. But like, it doesn't matter the particular age. It just matters at what point that person is experienced enough and mature enough. And that can happen at any age, because I still be dating motherfuckers into their 30s. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And so understanding that the point of dating is to utilize that time period to figure out if this person is worth your time.
Right.
You don't have to be like, oh, you know what? We've been consistently messaging and the vibe has been good for a month, so we must become boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, or girlfriend, whatever. Like, you don't have to become official just because you've put in this amount of time. Utilize that time and then reflect on this time and be like, do I really vibe with this person, or am I just comfortable going through the motions of dating?
Right, exactly.
Because then you can even, the worst case scenario is something abusive like this, but also entering in like lackluster situations. And I have a lot of friends, some who still don't admit that they're unhappy in their relationships just because, luckily it's not an abusive one, but it's just lackluster. You've lost interest with each other. and like, not saying that you don't vibe each other and not saying that you don't love each other. They do have love for each other, but they're not in love with each other. And it's like, it's none of my business. If they want to stay in that situation, that's fine. But like, understanding that you at any point can, like this girl, prioritize yourself and realize that, you know, whether it's just for you or ultimately for the better of both of you.
Right.
To figure out what's best and healthiest for yourselves.
And in a healthy relationship, you know, and realistically, whoever partner we decide to be with, they're always going to go through some sort of trials and tribulations in life, because that's just life. We're all going to go through stuff like that. People lose their jobs, people, you know, change careers, or people just, whatever it may be, or people, they lose someone they love, whatever it may be. Like, we always have to be there for those we love. But in this case, it, like, you just know it's toxic because you're continuing to go up in life and want better for yourself. And he's kind of just chilling here, you know, and kind of relying on, and I think that's why, like, the whole, like, I'm going to kill myself, whatever, the whole manipulation is because he wants you down there with him. Yeah. You know, he sees you growing and it's just like, wait, what the fuck? Losing that control, going crazy and just accusing you for shit. Like, oh, you're sleeping with other people, when that's none of his business, but it's just for him to just throw upon guilt on you because he's so goddamn insecure, because he probably just doesn't feel worthy enough to be able to be successful in his life and to be happier in his life. Like, he only thinks that where he is what he deserves. And he wants, misery loves company, right? So he wants someone to be miserable with him. So it's an amazing thing to, like, choose you and to be like, wait, I don't want to be on this level with you right now. Like, okay, drugs were fun, whatever, but like, I want to, like, be a lawyer. Like, that's amazing, you know? So I'm proud of you. And I think that's dope. And I think that a lot of people could learn from that. And I definitely relate, you know, in some ways from my past relationships.
Yeah.
So.
I would say it's like, if you find a guy like that, I just start thinking about, even when she said about, like, the whole cleaning up thing, I cannot stand grown men who don't clean up after themselves. And, like, I know that's just my personal preference, but, like, if I'm maintaining the space, motherfucker, you gotta put in the work too. Like, I'm not here to be a maid. And I think that's also why he panicked too, because, like, she was offering all this nurturing, and that's probably why he panicked and resorted to manipulative gaslighting and all that shit, and accusing her of shit she's not even doing, is because he's, like, realizing he's losing so much of a quality person. But he should realize, you know, hopefully he realizes at some point that he can and should do those things for himself. So, but that's also what the 20s are for, I guess.
I know, because we've all been a mess at some point. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I definitely could be, like, messy sometimes, but I know that, like, cleaning up after myself helps my mental health. So, like, I have to take that time to clean up after myself, because I'm naturally just so messy because I have a scattered brain. Yeah. So someone like that, who's just probably naturally messy and just lives in that mess, that just is a reflection on where they are mentally. And clearly you're like, wait, no, I don't want to live in this mess. Like, I want to clean some shit up. I want, like, a cleaner, more organized life, which, you know, just, it says a lot, because it's not just about, like, the material things. It reflects on your mental health. So
yes, that's, like, science backed. It's shown that like, people who maintain their space, it's just already better overall to have a clear living space for your mentality. But it also reflects if someone is messy, or even if their, like, personal hygiene is low, it shows that they lack confidence, or they're depressed. Or, like, it's, like, studies I think have shown that, like, if someone is showing those traits, it's because they don't value themselves enough to, like, clean.
And I used to be like, I remember one time my old car was such a mess that like the mechanic thought I was like a heroin addict.
Oh shit. Not a heroin.
Like, legit was like, like, you asked my mom, like, is she like a heroin? Yeah, like, because it was like that bad. This was my old car. Was that bad. But here's the thing, that wasn't, I mean, I had a whole episode about my early 20s and how depressed I was. Like, that was at that time. It was just like, it reflected in, you know, my how I had my space around me.
It's crazy how those things that you would be like, those subtleties, it's like, oh, it does reflect on like your subconscious.
Oh yeah.
Because if your subconscious was about prioritizing yourself, you know, yeah, your spaces would look different. So
For sure.
check up on your messy friends.
It's true though.
That's
and
true.
I kind of
I'm
wish
serious.
that like my mom used to always like get so mad at me for having a messy room. And like, I think this is a whole last episode. My relationship with my mother is like not great, but like, I feel like sometimes if like she would just like shame me for being so messy, but I think it was like low key kind of like maybe subconsciously a way for her to, like for me to like call out for help. You know what I mean? Like if
yes,
in a weird
yes.
way, it was just kind of like,
You're like, I'm lacking motivation now.
right.
I need
Yeah.
it some
Like
way. Yeah.
I literally was like, I didn't have the motivation to
Yeah.
like get myself out and like get it together. You
I
know?
think that actually ties into this story, that maybe that's his way, even though it is a toxic way and should not be the way to do it. But
Right.
that's probably how and why he's crying out
yeah.
like this, is because he, again, realized how this quality person is giving him the nurturing he needs. And so in a panic, when she decides to leave, he's going to drastic, chaotic extremes.
Right, because he doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So it definitely reflects. But it's like, it's also, you know, like you could only do so much, and it's not your responsibility to try to fix him too. Like you
Exactly.
obviously are on a different wavelength in your life, and you just need to find someone who's like on that same mindset, you know? Like now I'm with a boyfriend who just like cleans after himself all the time because he knows how much it affects his mental health. Like he knows that he needs to take care of that.
Nice.
And so he makes that a routine, and like that's like that's what makes it a healthy relationship, is when you could be in a relationship with someone who like values that for themselves.
Work.
You know,
I agree.
Man, I loved how we started off with my Molly song, and now we
Okay. And I'm talking about my shit.
and then now to like a toxic relationship. Who are we?
We have range.
We do,
That's what it is.
bitch. Okay, well, any last words? This is already an hour.
Oh, shit.
That was quick.
That was really quick. We need to do more stories. Keep sending them,
know.
and I'm sorry, like, if you haven't heard yours yet, like,
It'll happen.
It'll
I need to do
happen,
more of these.
but-
It's just so quick.
yeah, that was really great.
That was fun. Okay, plug yourself because you need to. You need to.
I need to clean myself.
Yeah. You need to plug it up, fill it up,
Clean it up.
clean it up.
HK Brains, all lowercase, one word, on Instagram. That's me.
Plug it up. And then follow me, Stefanie Maegan, or go to brokegirltherapy.com.
Okay, and stream Molly.
And no, it's not up.
Just kidding.
That would me playing it from my phone onto the mic was the
Yeah.
what you're all gonna
Let's play
get.
it out. Play it out. Play it out. No, I'm just
Should
kidding.
we? I have another song called War, which is
Play that. Play that. Play that. It's about
Well,
me.
The war. This is EP was about you. War is the acronyms for with a ratchet, because his lyrics were "I'm a thug, she a ratchet."
Well,
So
I know that's right.
We'll just go to my verse. Hold on. My God, this is a long song. Oh God. Sorry, guys. Yeah. It sounds like Molly.
Right. Hey, hey,
Feeling tipsy.
hey.
Oh. I got eyes for you only. Huh. Give me right, give me all right. Eat the booty like a cannibal all night.
Hey.
You know what I got rack from? So rack, sorry, this is going back to drugs, but rack is cocaine in Australia.
Oh,
They
shit.
say like rack.
So it's not about money like racks, like when we say like.
No,
oh,
it's
shit.
about, and at that time, so bad, you guys. This is obvious. I don't do that. This was like a whole identity that just wasn't whatever. Again,
I do.
I mean, I'm not saying I haven't. I've tried, but it's not what I do.
Yeah.
You know, you're like I do. But I had a friend from Australia, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, I got rack." But anyways, and I was like, "What is that?" It was
Okay,
cocaine.
Aussie girls,
So,
shout out to
yeah,
y'all
for real. And so in the
with
song,
them racks.
So it was like around the time I made that song. So I was like, I got racket, got, I don't know, whatever. I don't forgot the lyrics. Anyways, bye guys.
Bye. We said too much. Good night.
We're done.
Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy.